Good morning.
Hello. How are you doing?
Oh, I just got off a doctor's appointment. Sorry I'm late, guys. Sorry, it's just going to be a quick one this morning.
Yeah, doctor time. It's good.
Yeah, I was texting Kenzie going, my appointment's at 9:15. I will make it. I did not make it.
We're here now. This
Yeah.
is good.
How are you today?
Like I told you, I still kind of feel like I am on the border of a mental breakdown, but like less so than the last couple days. So overall, I'm doing okay.
Yeah, I feel like it's been a heavy week. I feel like there's a lot going on. A lot of people are struggling this week. A lot of people are in pain. Kenzie and I are working on our awareness projects. We've
Yeah.
had ups and downs with that, editing problems.
Yeah, I almost lost like 50 hours of work on this TN project. So
Oh my gosh,
I
I could not even imagine.
oh my gosh, I lost it. I was just like, I'm done. I like, but we're moving forward. This is still a go.
It's going to be incredible, and I can't wait to see it. I know how much hard work you put in, and I know how much you mean to this community, and I know everyone can't wait to see it.
Thank you. I'm really excited to get it done and just share it.
It's going to be awesome. I shared yesterday on stories that I have some really cool Instagram live events coming for October. We have some yoga events, we have painting, we're going to do baking cookie night, we're going to do an MVD question and answer night. So if anyone wants to co-host, make sure to DM. I'm sure Kenzie has some awareness events going on too.
Yeah. Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put together some trivia.
Ooh, fun.
So that was one thing a couple of people had asked me to do. So I'm gonna do some trivia and then I've got some local events going on, so working on those and then the TN project. So I'm just, yeah.
And we have some people in Alberta. Do you have any local events that they can join in on?
Probably. So I'm in southern Alberta. I'm just south of Calgary. So if you're in that area, we'd love to have you. It's on October 3rd and October 7th.
That's awesome. So make sure to reach out to Kenzie if you're in the area so you can connect with her and see if you can join in on those events.
I would love to have more like TN people. I have my local group that kind of comes and hangs out, but I've never actually met another TN person outside of like my local area. So that would be lots of fun.
That'd be really cool. I have never met another TN warrior in person yet. Victoria and I are going to plan to meet up. She's just like 20 minutes away from me. So we're going to meet up soon. That'll be cool. She is going to host a yoga event. So that will be really fun.
That is, yeah, it's crazy to think about. I don't know, we've made so many connections online, but to actually like physically meet people and the fact that you can do that this day, like these days, it's just meet someone that you've met online and it's fascinating.
It's not weird anymore, right? Like when
Yeah.
I was growing up, it was like, don't tell anybody that you met that person online.
My grandma still like every time I tell her I like talk to people online, she's like, "Are you being safe?"
Don't give them any information, Kenzie. Be careful.
Yeah.
So I'm
No.
just on here for another like 10 minutes because I have to start working at 10:30 and I want to make sure to gather my thoughts and my mind before I switch gears. So Kenzie and I did have a whole agenda of things that we wanted to talk about today, but we'll just hang on to some of those for next week. What's something you want to talk about this week, 10 minutes, that can bring some light to the group this week?
Yeah, I think, yeah, we won't go into the deeper topics today, but I think if we talk about some of like maybe the hidden positives,
I love that. I was thinking the same thing.
yeah, I think that's a good one. Just some of the, I know it's easy to focus on the bad things that come from this. Obviously, being in pain is not a great thing, but I think good has come out of this too, and like the lessons that we learn and the community that we make. And I think it's important to focus on those things too.
I think that is a really good point. And having this community, I know I said it last week, but I've been flaring so badly this past week. And I've had so many amazing warriors reach out to me and just give me that support that I need and remind me that it's okay. It's okay to feel down. It's okay to feel defeated, but
Mhm.
don't give up. We're in this together. Nobody has to do this alone anymore.
Yeah,
That's the biggest positive that I've taken out of this. I love this community. I love that I never have to go through a flare up alone again.
yep, yeah, yeah. This community is something else, and I think I know for both you and I, we didn't find this community right away. This was, we waited years to find these people, and it has changed the trajectory of my recovery, and I know yours as well. Just
It,
to have those people.
yeah, I've talked to so many people this week that have just said, "Hey, I'm in a dark place too," and
Hmm.
it feels so alone and empty and dark and that you're never going to get out of it. But when somebody else is there, even just somebody saying, "Hey, I know you're going through it,"
Mm-hmm.
you know, that speaks volumes. And reading your guys' stories and sharing them and making funny memes regarding TN, all that stuff brings me light.
Yeah. No, it's just it's very validating. It is such a rare thing. It's an isolating thing, and to have people recognize and say, I'm going through this too. Like I sent Jessica a video earlier of when I was putting eyeliner on and my eye was like twitching the heck out. And I've never talked to anybody else that has had that happen. And she's like, "Oh yeah, that happens to me too." And it just was like something that little, but it's like, okay, I'm not the only one going through this.
Yeah, and I'm not weird. I'm not like, the only one in the world with this. I think that feeling alone makes it so much worse.
Yeah.
What are some positives that you guys have experienced with TN?
I know Hope said like appreciating things a lot more, like just those little things, being more grateful. I know I was talking to Laura yesterday and she was saying, after my MVD, nature looks so much more beautiful. And I love so much harder. And I think that's really beautiful. It's like when you're in the dark so often, it's easier to recognize the light when it comes. And I think that's really beautiful.
I love that. That was so well spoken, Kenzie.
You.
Dan saying truth. Appreciating the truth. Kenzie and I have talked about being learning to communicate in a way that you have never communicated before.
Mm-hmm.
Telling people the truth, telling people I just can't, I just don't have the energy.
Yeah.
I all of my energy to sit here.
Yeah. And I think that goes into finding what relationships in your life are good for you, what matters. Like I know for me, a lot of my friends walked away in the beginning, and that was really painful. But in the end, I found my true friends, the people that communicate with me really well, the people that I'm happy to be around, that make the effort to come and see me and love me. And that's absolutely a hidden positive.
I love that. That's such another good point. I love the hidden positive that my husband and I have never been closer before.
Mhm.
We have gone through so much through this together that it's just incredible the the comfort that we find in each other and the honesty that we find in each other.
There's some really good ones.
Yes, back up here.
Yeah, I think finding your voice and advocating for other people, that has been something I found has given me a lot of purpose. Um, like having TN and advocating for people with TN and chronic illness, that's been huge for me.
Yes. Like Michaela's saying, using your words more intentionally.
Mm,
If I'm Claire by talking, I'm not going to waste it on small talk.
absolutely.
Natalia talked about appreciating the days she doesn't wake up with pain.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler and I had a conversation this week about, um, he said he didn't want to talk about his lack of a flare because I was flaring badly. And I told him, that's not allowed around here. Everyone's suffering is valid. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter if you woke up with no pain. It doesn't matter if you have no pain in weeks. Your suffering is valid. Appreciate where you're at in your journey because you're working your ass off to be there. Remember that you're doing this for you.
Yeah, my friend Joe, he always says, trauma is trauma is trauma. Like you're going through it and that's valid no matter if you think someone has it worse than you, you're going through something, recognize that, deal with it. It's still trauma.
100%. You have to validate it and you have to recognize what you're going through and the hard work that you're going through. Daniel and I have been talking about the caregivers needing more help than us. I
Yes.
talked about that last week as well. Um, the caregivers really have such a big responsibility and they really don't have anyone to talk to about it. At least we have each other.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, yeah. I don't know. I think we're going to talk more about like support systems next week, and I think that'll be good. I know I had an incident with my migraine the other night where I was puking and I had to take Toradol, and it's just my boyfriend has to snap into this not boyfriend role. It's caregiver mode now. I have to pick her up. I have to give her a needle. I have to do this. And that for them is so crazy and they don't get the support that we're getting through here. So I think it will be really important to talk about that.
Totally. And please, please, please send us your ideas, send us your thoughts. If you have things you want to add to what we talk about in anything, please don't feel shy. If you don't want to talk about it in the group, just DM us. That's totally fine. This is an open space for all of us to connect and get the support that we need.
Yeah. Yes, caregiver guilt is real. Feeling like a burden. That's real, but
Yes. Laura has been such a good caregiver helping all the MVD patients. I'm so proud of her. She's helped me this week. Oh, her energy is amazing. We have live coming up with Laura. She's going to do some MVD Q&A. So make sure to send her your questions about MVD as well so that we can get those answered on our live.
she's just killing it.
She is. A caregiver living with chronic pain.
Mm.
Yes. You are not alone. And I just spoke to Andy this week, who's doing the same. And like Kenzie said, we're going to figure out support for you guys. And we need to hear your input too. So DM me on what would support you.
Yeah, I think it would be awesome to get that perspective. Awesome to get the perspective of TN patients that are parents.
Yeah.
I that's something I would love to hear about. But yeah, we'll put that together and keep messaging us with those kind of ideas.
Yes. I just have a couple more minutes here. So send me your thoughts and ideas. I'm so proud of everyone for fighting this week. I know it's a rough week. The weather's changing. There's
Mhm.
stressful things going on, and government elections, I know, in Canada. And just stay strong and be there for each other. Anything you want to add, Kenzie?
No, I think you said it, hit it on the head. Yeah, we'll get more into things next week. I'm just excited to connect with everyone. Um, yeah, it's been kind of a crappy week, but we're getting through it. I'm just so glad that we have this community, and um, just so happy that we're able to focus on positives like this. And yeah, I think it's making all of us feel a little bit less alone.
Yes, I think so too. Thanks for being so flexible with us this week. It's the real world. It's the real life of TN. So this is what it is.
Yep. Yeah.
We'll see you guys next week. Stay strong.
See you guys.